Hey everybody, this is XanderWitch, and welcome back to Middle Earth. We are out here in a very dangerous land. We finally made it to Weathertop, and there be creatures about, so we're going to be really careful. So we've been traveling to Weathertop, and let's see. Ha ha ha. No, I decided to do the build off camera because it was a lot of like trial and error, hit and miss. So we're going to explore as if we were coming from the little camp where Mary and Pippin and Sam found a little clearing and some extra firewood that the Rangers had left. But Frodo and Aragorn, or a Slider as he was known then, decided to explore the top of Weathertop for any signs of Gandalf. So it's a little bit rough and rocky up here. You can see the old ruins of the steps that used to lead up to the tower that used to stand upon Weathertop. And they say that Weathertop, the ruins of it were like like a huge crown atop it, but all broken. So you can see it's been battered and overgrown, but there is a bit of rock and firewood in the middle, as if someone has been here recently. Excuse the banner protection there, but it was, it's a good idea to have something there to protect me while I was building. Chazrad actually left that one for me before I could get the chance to make my own, and the other one on that rock, and there's a third one. If you haven't used banner protection before, you can use 3 different materials. I think bronze, silver, and gold. The gold gives the largest range. Now the mobs can still come in this range, but they cannot spawn in it. So you see the big green outline, the cube, that is the protection of this block. If we go out here, we can see where I have some overlapping protection. That just gave me a little. They did come up here once though, but I think they were chasing Chaz actually, because he teleported in nearby to come check it out. So yeah, this is Weathertop. Like it's got spikes. Like the ruins are like spikes, sort of like a crown. I used a lot of different materials just to show how they would look differently as they degraded. And outside, you got some ruins of the old steps and things. So I'll just walk around. I wish I could fly just so you could see a view of it from above, but I can't, so. And I have some dirt. We can try to kind of get above, but I gotta be careful where I do that. Maybe down here. Because as soon as those mobs see me, they will come after me. They could still come inside this area. I'm gonna try right here. Let me take that off so we can see. And try not to fall off because that would be bad. Not too bad. But I had to build it without this viewpoint too, so I'm going to get up a little higher. See, there's like, you can see that sword or cleaver or whatever is flying in the air. And that's where invasions could happen, but that one actually happens to be within the protected area. So these are the Weathertop was described in the book as a cone, so the shape was right. I was right about it being pointy, but flattened at the top. I didn't want to make it too huge because it was just a tower, enough for Aragorn and Frodo to walk in and look around and be able to see the mountains around, or not the mountains, but the area around. And that was one of the advantages of Weathertop, because they could see what was happening all around. So, now that you've seen it, please, if you have suggestions to improve it, let me know, because this was the first time I built a ruins like that. I thought it came out rather good. I mean, especially when you're inside it, you could see, you can see the peaks, like it was an old crown of what's left of it, and it being overgrown and everything, but I'm always open to suggestions. So, but the next build I've decided to do is I want to expand my base in Hobbiton a little bit in a sort of secretive way, although of course anybody watching this video is going to know it was not so secretive. But I'm just going to get up inside the protection before I teleport. But I've decided to take some materials from Gondor, since I'm sort of playing off the concept that I'm a ranger who has roots in Gondor, just like Aragorn or Strider. So let's go back to Hobbiton. I hope you like the ruins. I really enjoyed building them. I owe him like one cherry because I did a quest for him and I couldn't find anybody else with cherries. And at least around here I haven't been able to find as many orchards as I did in my old world. So let's go. My time between teleports has gotten shorter and shorter because I keep going back and forth between my three and I think I have four. I have my Gondor waypoint, which I use to get a lot of materials from Gondor. I have my top of Weathertop, the little base nearby, and of course this one. So I might have some other waypoints, but those are the ones I use the most. Okay, so do I need to... Yeah, I'm pretty good. I don't need this flower, obviously, that popped into my inventory. I don't think I need the shears right now. Okay, so I put most of my building materials over in this box. As you see, I dug out a lot of Gondor rock, and I can make a lot of different variations of it with the Gondor crafting table. But my goal here is I'm going to dig out an underground base, and that this was inspired by the fact that the Rangers of Ithilien can have little underground bases in Ithilien. So I had decided that I could really use some torches. Let me go back and get those while I talk. But so that inspired me, like, to have a tent with an underground base. I thought that would be really cool. So it's more than it seems. It seems like this little bitty tent, but it's actually sort of like a massive hidden base. So anyway, but underneath I want it to have all the splendor of Gondor, so to speak. So it's not just going to be a rectangle of stone. So that's why I decided to get all the Gondor rock and stuff. Let me put that down. And I love these gates. I really do. I like them much better than trapdoors. So this is how far down I went just to get it started. There is a cave down there. We'll see if it causes us any more problems. And I got a couple picks. So I'm going to start digging this out, and when I get a little further along, or if I find something interesting, I'll be back with you. I think I need to build it down one more, because I think I want to... Trying to see, it should be at least 3 high on the inside, and if I'm going to line it with Gondor rock, then I need it to be 5 high. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, so that will be the basis for it, like that. So I have more ladders. I'm going to have to deal with this cave somehow, but that's not as big a deal as if we were in, like the wildlands out there where there's all kinds of orcs and stuff lurking about. And I have more ladders, so that'll work out. Alright, well, like I said, I'm going to dig some of this out, and then I will be back. Alright, guys, I've changed the side of the ladder there, and I've started to dig out and kind of get the pattern of what I want to be going on here. So I'm going to come in, you see the nice beginnings of this cavern. I'm going to come in 3, and then I'm going to start to step down like this, and maybe even come in on all sides, and the reason for that is I want it to kind of have a sort of little gradation. I may not, oops, I don't want to waste this Gondor rock here. I want the chamber to kind of have a grand feel about it. So trying to see. Now, I don't think I want to come in this way, now that I think about it, but I do want to go down and make it a little, just a little more, I'm totally at a loss for words. I want to make it seem, cooler. Haha. Is that it? Yeah, just cooler. No, just kidding. More grand and open is basically what I mean. And I'm probably going to add some kind of border up here. It may be the Gondor brick or maybe the chiseled stuff. So I'm going to, and I may actually let the ceiling go up a little bit. I have a little room to do that. So what if we did this? Try this. Let's see. We don't have a ton of room, but we could go up one or two probably. So we did that. I know it's a little dark over there. Let me add a torch here on the wall. There we go. We might make a nice big chamber, almost like a king's chamber. So, and then we can use it to, you know, we can store our chests in here and other things, but, you know, just to make it a nicer space. Let me just show you what I mean. And like I said, I may replace some of these corner bricks or just make a corner brick along the walls just to give it some decoration and make it nicer. Okay, where are we at? Okay, we need to dig here. And I don't want to hit our tent, so that's for sure. Let's look up and see how many spots we got. Yeah, we got, let's see, about 3. But I think maybe just going up even one more will be enough to give it like, oh, you know, you step in and then suddenly it opens up. Especially because it's going to open up in the downward direction as well. So let's top down here. And we're just kind of going over this cave. So, where's my dirt? Where's my dirt? Here we go. And that's a little way to save some of the marble. You don't have to build all the way to the corners, like right here, because it's not visible. But actually, that's the wrong block. That's the wrong block. Okay, like right here. Okay. Okay, so I hope that that's enough to show you the point. I'm going to go ahead and keep building a little more, and I will be back. Okay, we're getting a good start on here. I'm just trying to give us a good start here. I think we're gonna have to finish this in the next episode. It's gonna be a big well, not huge, but a fairly decent sized project. But I think by the time we're done with this episode, we'll have a good idea of what the room is gonna look like. And I need a name for it. I mean, what do you call this? You know, it's sort of it's gonna be a place to keep stuff, definitely, but that's just a practical. But I also kind of want it to be a ceremonial room for like people who really know who I am or you know, or this could be Aragorn. Maybe I'm a servant of Aragorn, or, you know, somebody who believes in him, you know, not necessarily a servant, but, you know, somebody who knows who he is and is protecting his identity. I just like having a little bit of role play going on here. And so think about that. Do you have a name? Like, what would we call this? And so we have a place for ceremonies and official meetings to happen, kind of thing. So as you can see, I made some Gondor brick to lead down into the space where I said I wanted it to open up, and by taking this wall back one instead of in one, I'm getting the effect that I wanted. So, but I don't want to go too far because I know there's a river right over here, and I'm already afraid I might run into that because when I went into the cave I saw some water droplets, so not good. We'll see how it goes though once we get there and how to deal with it. I might have picked a bad spot. We'll see. Anyway, and I also bought some glowing dwarven brick from the Ottoman collector. I think it was him, or actually no, what I did is I sold him a bunch of rotten flesh and warg fur. That stuff came in handy. After all, I got a bunch of silver that I was able to use to buy the dwarven brick from the dwarven trader, and I am lucky just that they're both right. They both meet really close outside my house, so I'm like, yay. Okay, let's remove all this dirt so we can see how the room looks so far. And I like the glowing dwarven brick because that way we don't have to have torches up everywhere. I can actually remove that one over there. Now, if you could you have to use your imagination a little bit because we'll finish it up later. In my full inventory here. Let's take that torch down. Okay, so this is the entrance. You'll come down the ladder, because it's secret, of course, and go down the steps into this wide open room. Like I said, I'd almost like to take it out one more on this side, but I just don't know if we have the room, because like I said, when I walk down in here, I don't see it anymore, but I saw some drips, so you gotta be careful. Anyway, we'll make a big wide open space and maybe even put some columns in it, you know, up and down in the middle of the room, you know what I mean? Got to give it that Romanesque Greek feel, I guess. So that's the beginning of it. We need a room. We need a name. We need a name for this ceremonial chamber. Maybe it'll just be that, the ceremonial chamber. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode. I know it's just a bunch of building. We need definitely need some battles and stuff going on, but I'm not quite sure of the status of the server. I need to catch up on Chaz's videos and talk to him and see, because I haven't seen much from Mike. I know, and I know he's really busy too. He's like me. He's got a job and everything to deal with, you know, and then I have my kids on top of it. So that's why, you know, I got a lot going on in my life. I really like making videos though and playing Minecraft, so I hope you enjoy them too. But until then, this has been XanderWitch. There I am. Haha, I still got my armor. It's great. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.